Hey guys, welcome to BLONITY. First, my little disclaimer, this is not financial advice, my own opinion and estimates. My estimates could be completely wrong. Don't trust, always verify, understand the numbers, be aware of scammers, and you know the best how to invest your money. Please be aware that I'm invested in most of these companies. And let's jump right into the miner comparison. First of all, we are still in Q4. End of October, so last week we were here at 61,000. We were close to the all-time high of 65,000 US dollars. So here on the weekly, we can see we broke the all-time high, the old one. We have now a new one at 67,000 US dollars. So the weekly candle looks not that good, but we are already in green again, and RSI on the weekly here looks strong, moving up, also MACD. So hopefully this weekly candle here doesn't count too much. Let's see, but it's great to have a new all-time high for sure. The hash rate for Bitcoin is rising. We have a peak here close to 200 exahash, so there's a lot of mining hardware out there. And also the floors are rising here, now at 130 exahash. A little bit more in the long term here. We had the China exodus here at 60 exahash. And we are now close to the levels before the China exodus. And I think we will see new all-time highs this year on the 7-day moving average. We are now at 150, 160 exahash, and we will be soon at 200, I guess. That's just a matter of time. Of course, the difficulty will rise. Next one is expected to happen in 5 days, and it's going to be +6 or +7%. So it could be lower, it could be higher, but there's only one direction. And I think we will get now the phases when difficulty jumps more than 10% every 2 weeks. This is possible when we come to the final stage of the bull run, and also after the bull run when a lot of hardware comes online. So that's possible, of course. The good thing is that the price can rise a lot faster. We have plan B here again. His prediction here from, I think it was June 20th, which was incredible. He said, we'll in August 47K, it was correct. September 43K, correct. October 63K, that's exactly the level we are now. So we still have 5 days for October, but right now it looks correct. And November he says, approximately 100,000, and December 135,000 US dollars. We will see. Also, he says that, today he said 1 hour ago, the Bitcoin bull market, the second leg has started. So we are now here. This was the 2017, this was the 2013, also with the double bubble here on the logarithmic chart. You can see it here. And this time we have a 2. So we are now moving up, and no one knows where we peak. That's also a big question, and that's why I'm talking about Colin Talks Crypto. He has a YouTube channel, great guy. I was watching him since 2 years or so, especially his Bitcoin videos about his estimation, his forecast about the cycles. That helped me to get through the bear market. And he bought HUD-8 stocks or HUD-8 options, and I think he said it was his first stock or so he was buying, so that's very nice. He also made a cup here because he was not waiting for the merge. And he said, I've seen several videos of your on Bitcoin mining stocks. They are very informative, so thank you very much for this, Colin. Again, I've watched a lot of videos from you. Colin is not the typical crypto YouTube chiller. When he's doing a video, especially about Bitcoin, it's more deep dive, and it's very based on data, and that's what I like. And he also developed the CBBI, which should help to identify the top of the Bitcoin bull run. I really want to encourage you to study this indicator, because this is gonna be one of the important ones, because he combines all the different top indicator we have and put it into one KPI, into the CBBI. And here's a chart here. And yeah, in 2013 on the exact peak here of the bull run, it was at 100%. In 2017 at the exact peak, it was at 100%. Of course, at that time it didn't exist, but when he was back testing it. And yeah, we're now at approximately 60-65%. So yeah, there is a good chance that we peak here again at 100. Okay, let's move on. We have the Google Trends. This is the 12-year Bitcoin chart here for the Google Trends. So how many people are searching for Bitcoin on Google? In my opinion, this is a very good indicator for identifying a top, or especially FOMO. Is there FOMO in right now or not? So the first peak here, 2011 or so, we had very small amount of Bitcoin searches. Then we had 2013, the peak here, you can see it here. Then we have the 2017 peak, and it's always like 10x, 8, 9x more searches here, from here to here and from here to here. And we are right now here at 200. So in 2017 we peaked at 600, and yeah, I am expecting again at least 5x more Google searches for this bull run peak. So it should be at 3000. So there's a more than 10x to go, or even more, maybe 20x in my opinion, for the Google Trends to peak. Also an interesting indicator. Yeah, then gold is right now very interesting. We have this long-term chart, 20 years or so, and we are right now forming this 10-year cup and handle pattern, and it looks like this handle here will break to the upside. I'm not only a fan of crypto, I also like precious metals, to be honest. Gold, silver for sure. And the question is, do we break to the upside here because of high inflation and so on? So gold is still seen as an inflation hedge, or will Bitcoin or crypto destroy the party here and will send it down here, like it dropped here, for example? Yeah, that's going to be very interesting how gold behaves in the upcoming month and years. Usually without Bitcoin, I would say it definitely has to break to the upside. With Bitcoin, yeah, that could be very interesting. But also an option could be that first it will drop a little bit again because Bitcoin peaks, let's say in December or early next year, and then we likely move into a bear market for Bitcoin, and maybe that's when a lot of money flows out of Bitcoin into gold, and we will start the bull run here for gold again. So I think that's a possibility for the bear market, that gold will perform nice in the Bitcoin bear market. But this is just my speculation. I'm not a gold expert or something like this. So let's see what's going to happen. Okay, here we have the operational excellence. The Bitcoin mining profitability is close to 40 cents per day per terahash. We are seeing here the 1, the 2, and we're now at the third hill here. And hopefully this one goes a lot higher. Which I showed you last week, that the third hill is in 2017 was a lot higher than the others. Hopefully we're going to above $1 per terahash per day. We have Ethereum mining profitability here. Here we have also 1, 2, and the third one was starting here, and then we had the London hard fork, I think, at this date here. And since then, we are burning a lot of fees, the miners getting less reward. So, but this because of the high price of Ether, we were able to hold the line here for the mining profitability at least. Yeah, and also hash rate is rising for Ether mining very fast, so that's also big competition here. So Ether mining is definitely not forever, but this bull run, it could be still incredibly profitable, because it looks like proof of stake will happen next year, maybe in May or so, or the start of the difficulty bomb, April, May. So yeah, that's the projected top from plan B for this bull cycle. So that would mean that the Ether miners, they will benefit this whole bull run, which is great for Hive and Hut8, for example. Okay, let's compare the miners here. We have here the 10-day gross mining margin, moving average, the 30-day and the 90-day. We can see we're going up for Hive here, for example, for Hut8, for Bitfarms, for Argo, Mara also should be way above $800,000 a day right now in gross mining margin. Maybe 900,000, but I'm a little bit conservative here for all these numbers here. DigiHost, yeah, still low with the 200 petahash, but they said they will receive 1,900 new watts miners in the upcoming days, so they should rise then. DMG with 300 petahash here, above 100,000, very nice, and Riot at the same level here with Mara at 800, 900,000 gross mining margin. Yeah, great numbers here. Last week I had this sheet. No big changes here, only Hive updated their numbers. It's now 1.2 exahash and 4 terahash for ETH mining. So the revenue for Mara and Riot is above 1 million now. Hive at $800,000, Bitfarms more than 600,000, Hut 8 close to 600,000, Argo should be at $400,000, DigiHost 80,000, and DMG 120,000. I think I forgot to update the market caps. They should be higher for some of these guys, so these numbers are not 100% accurate anymore, but I think the overall picture is clear. There are some, they look very undervalued, like Bitfarms, for example. Hive is rising a bit right now. Also DMG is incredibly undervalued right now in terms of hash rate to market cap. That's what we can see here. The question is, will they be undervalued forever, or does it mean that they have huge potential to the upside in this bull run? Okay, so let's go to the operational excellence here. This is my first indicator. As you know, I added Core Scientific, I added Greenwich, I added CleanSpark, and I added Sphere 3D or Griffin Mining Any. Not in this ranking here, but on the lines. And what's interesting here, Core Scientific should be at the levels of Mara or Riot or even higher. They should be at 3 exahash or even more right now on hash rate, and they have a lot of hosting power, which hosting I'm not accounting for in this analysis. So I want to see financials from Riot and Core, then with their big hosting clients, and then I will integrate a new indicator, the hosting revenue and hosting business. But right now we only have very small amount of numbers here, and that's why, and the market is also not accounting for this because Riot has 200 megawatt and hosting clients, and the market cap is very low compared to Mara. So I'm waiting for the numbers here. Fact is that Core will be a monster, that's for sure. In their presentation right now, they said they have, I think, 11 exahash or so at the end of this year, or right now, I'm not sure. I think a big part of this hash rate is hosting. The hosting clients they have, and I think Core should be at 3, maybe they're higher at 3 exahash right now, but I don't have all the information right now. That's why I'm careful. Also, we have Greenwich, CleanSpark, and here we have Sphere 3D Any. Any right now has a small amount of miners online, but they will be huge in the next year. So in some indicators here they are very low, and in others they're rising now fast. So that's going to be very interesting. Also, I'm excited for these mergers for Any and for Core Scientific. For XPDI or Core, it could be very interesting because I get messages where they say, oh, Core Scientific, the market cap is so low, it's below 500 million and so on. What's important to understand is that these are only, I think, 7.7% of the shares. They will be out there after the merger because they will add more than 90% of the shares, if I understand it correct. And that could mean that we will pump huge before the merger because a lot of people don't understand this and they think, oh, the market cap is so low and they have such a high hash rate like it was with support.com and Greenwich. So this is a possibility. I'm not speculating on stuff like this because, this is just stupid in my opinion, but this is a possibility which can happen because right now Core Scientific, the price is rising. Could be interesting. Okay, so this is the ranking right now here with these miners. I know the numbers, or I know a lot of numbers. Mara number 1, Riot number 2, but very close together here. I think they're at the same level. Hive number 3, Bitfarms number 4, Argo number 5, Hashrate number 6, DMG number 7, and DigiHost number 8. Let's check the hodl. Mara should be approximately at 7,300 Bitcoin on the balance sheet. I think this is conservative. Then we have HUD close to 4,900 or even 5,000. We have Hive like 3,000, Riot, like 3,800, 3,900 Bitcoin. Hive close to 3,000 Bitcoin equivalents. For core, I'm not sure. I'm thinking something like 2,500 or so, maybe. Maybe they have a lot more, I don't know. Bitfarms like more than 2,500. Argo close to 2,000 BTC on the balance sheet should be. DigiHost like 470 and DMG like 340. We have the strategic excellence, which is the indicator which is looking into the future. The future hash rate, they have disclosed the future hodl I'm estimating, and the future Bitcoin price based on stock to flow model. And Mara wants to have like 13 exahash online in mid 2022, which is absolutely huge. I have a little discount on this because maybe there are delays or so, but even with a lower number, they are absolutely number one here. I did this for all of these miners, by the way. Number 2 is Riot, but we can see core here with the numbers I'm estimating is in between. So that could be a nice competitor here for Mara and Riot. We have Hive number 3 or Hashrate number 4. So they're very close together here. Bitfarms number 5, Argo number 6, DMG and DigiHost number 7 and 8. And we have CleanSpark, Greenwich, and Any down here all together. So that's interesting. This could change when we get the real hodl numbers they have on the balance sheet. Okay, so now we're at the BMX, the BLONITY's Miner Excellence, which combines the indicators we have seen before, and it gives you an absolute number to compare the miners with each other. That doesn't mean that is the calculated value of the company or so. This is just an absolute number to compare. And Mara is here the number 1. We have Riot number 2. Core Scientific it should be close to Riot, or with all the numbers maybe higher here. We have Hashrate number 3. We have Hive Blockchain number 4. Bitfarms number 5. Argo number 6. DMG number 7 and DigiHost number 8. Then we have the BMXI, which is the BMX divided by market cap, and which should indicate which one is more undervalued. But that doesn't mean that it will rise tomorrow like crazy. It appears that these undervalued companies, they tend to to stay there for a while, because it always has a reason, because people not trusting them, or they're expecting big dilution and so on. So it's difficult to say when it will start to rise. I think when there is coming a lot of FOMO in, and when a lot of new capital comes in and they say, okay, I missed out on Mara, I missed out on HUD, they're now above $20, or Mara is above $100. And then they look for the small caps or with the stocks with the smaller share price. And I think that's when we move from the bigger ones into the small one, into the very small ones. So I think that's the cascade we will see with the new money coming in. And in the end, it does not matter if you have any hash rate online or not. In the end, even an iced tea producer which says, okay, our name is now long blockchain iced tea or so. It will rise like crazy. So that's how these bull runs usually end, with insane stuff. And when you see this, then it's a very good indicator to sell. Okay, but we have the large caps here above $2 billion. HUD is here still number 1. They are now at 2.1 billion. So they're establishing at these levels. We have Riot here number 2. They're not far away. And we have Mara number 3. So they're dropping because the price is rising. Investors really love Mara, and they're making a lot of stuff good. And I'm happy for all the Mara investors, also for HUD investors. Riot is not doing that well right now, but I think this could change. So now to the mid caps. Of course, we have Core Scientific as a large cap. If I have all the numbers, they will be at these levels, I think, too. This is also going to be a large cap because they're now at 5.7 billion at my calculation here for market cap. So they're number one here in the market cap. So the mid caps, these are the miners I'm investing the most since last year. Because I said, okay, they will have this NASDAQ gap to close. So they have a huge leg up because of NASDAQ. And I think we have seen this now with Hashrate. And the second part is they have a long track history of successful mining since 2, 3, or 4 years. And I know the companies very well. So that's why I missed out a little bit on Riot and Mara. I was holding them, but I sold them too early. But it looks like right now with Hashrate starting, and Bitfarms also had a great performance. It's now lagging a little bit. Also Argo is a little bit lagging, or it's lagging big right now. But that means, in my opinion, has a lot of potential. And Hive right now is deciding, I'm still a mid cap, or will I go to the large caps? And we're now at 1.5 billion for Hive Blockchain. I think there's a possibility that we will soon be above 2 billion, and that they will be seen as a large cap like Riot, Mara, or Hashrate. We will see, and that's why it makes sense that the BMXI here is dropping. The most undervalued of the mid caps is right now Bitfarms, in my opinion. They have a lot of hash rate now. They have a lot of hash rate in the future. And a very low market cap right now. So it's at 900 million. So maybe they diluted the stock like 100, 200 million. I don't know. So it could be higher. But Hashrate is now more than double the market cap of Bitfarms. And 3 months ago or so, they were on the same level. So that's very interesting. And I have a big position now in Bitfarms. I think they are very undervalued. Same with Argo Blockchain. A lot of drama about Argo Blockchain. I don't care about this. I'm buying when there is a lot of drama. So I'm now very bullish on Bitfarms and Argo for the end of the bull run. Also, of course, for Hive and the others. DMG and DigiHost, they still seem very undervalued. People want to have more investor relations here. We don't hear a lot. What are the expansion? How does it? How will it work with the new power plant for DigiHost? I think DMG now has 300 petahash, so we will see when they will get new hash rate online. I think they will lag for a while, and in the end of the bull run, they will go to the moon or go vertical like crazy. If we get this large FOMO phase at the end of the bull run. So it could make sense at the end to swap some of the big market cap stocks into these guys here. I'm holding a bag of them, but not the biggest position so far. So these are the market caps right now. Bitfarms and Argo below 1 billion, Mara above 5 billion. Also Core Scientific with the projected numbers for after the merger, it's also above 5 billion. Riot here seems also cheap with 2.8 billion. And so on. So guys, it's not going to be easy. There will be still big crashes for sure. You need nerves of steel for all of this. And another quote here from Milton Friedman, which is one of the greatest economists of all time. I see a lot of these new economists, in my opinion, a lot of them have no clue. They think QE is good and so on. But Milton Friedman, I saw a lot of videos from him, and he said inflation is taxation without legislation. This is very true. Also, he said in a video, I was not able to find it, but I was watching this last year. He said, when the money printing starts, the crazy money printing, you will see the inflation 18 to 24 months later because of all the lagging he explained. And I think we started in April or May last year with the incredible QE because of the COVID crisis. And we're now 18 months later, we're starting to seeing now inflation. So that is no coincidence, guys. That's 100% correlated with the money printing. They increased big in 2020. Okay, so the X since December. So yeah, these 4 here are doing very good since December. Had 11x, so it increased 11 times. Bitfarms 12x. Argo still number 1 with 13x here. Mara also a huge jump here with 11x, same level at HUD. So then we have the laggers here. Hive improved here from 3.8 to 4.7. I said this last week. I expect Hive to move up here because it's way too low. Of course, they had a little front run the others, so they were on a higher level on December than these guys. But I still think there's a lot of room to grow for Hive because of the huge numbers they're producing now. Yeah, we have DigiHost and DMG, especially DMG. That's very disappointing right now. But yeah, I've seen this in the last year. It moved like 50x from these 10 cents to 5 Canadian dollars in a very short period of time. And at that time, they were burning a lot more cash than they did in the last quarter. And I think they should be now at the break-even point for profitability with the new miners. Yeah, and then we have Riot. Riot is so undervalued right now. They're building a 700 megawatt facility. Can you believe this? And yeah, I don't know when they start to rise. So my portfolio right now for the big miners here, Argo and Bitfarms on the same level here. Hive and HUD also approximately the same. Again, I rebalanced my portfolio. I sold HUD and moved into Argo and Bitfarms. And Hive, for example, yeah, Mara is growing organically, which is also nice. And Riot, yeah, is still at the same level, I think. Then I have a big bag of DMG and DigiHost here. And I have a few other stocks like K1, Tokens.com, and 1 or 2. Yeah, Griffin Mining, I still have. Yeah, I'm not going big into these stocks before the merger. I want to wait for the merger. And then I'm moving bigger into or into Core Scientific, which is XPDI right now. Yeah, I have my strategy here. I'm patient. And yeah, that's my picks here for this bull run. And hopefully these are the winners here. Let's see. Okay, guys, so have fun and think like a whale. I see a lot of people complaining about this stock and that stock, and it's not moving and so on. And I really want to encourage you to start to think like a whale, because a whale is usually a high net worth individual or an institution and so on. And they don't have the interest that Bitcoin is rising. And I will explain you why. Because most of them, they have huge cash flow every month. They have real estate and so on, and they get a lot of cash flow. And they made their analysis about Bitcoin or about mining stocks, for example. And they said, okay, there's a huge growth potential in the future. This can only rise because of the stock to flow and supply and demand, or Metcalfe's law and so on. And they know that it's gonna rise if not a big black swan event happens, like Bitcoin the blockchain is hacked or something like this. They know it will rise, and every month they get a lot of cash flow. So they want to buy cheap, and they all have the intention and the interest to keep the price low as long as possible, to buy more until it rises. So you can expect for a lot of these stocks also, if there is uncertainty, and retail investing is complaining that the whales, the institutions, the banks, they're using this because retail investors, they tend to sell at the bottom because they're getting impatient, and at some point they're selling. And when this happens, when they can keep the price low with shorts and so on, as long as they can, more and more retail investors sell because they see, okay, this other stock is rising, this one not. And that's how the distribution happens from the small guy to the big guy. That's what I think is happening. These whales and these institutions, they are very, very patient. They want it as low as possible. And of course, there are other stocks, they are rising, like Hashrate or Mara, for example, because they did such a good job that institutions or these whales, they are scared to short is to manipulate this. And that's why they're running. Also, when they had this capitulation for Hashrate, for example, before 3 months ago, so we had a capitulation, then they said, okay, we will not go lower. This is the capitulation. We should now jump on the train. I think it's important to learn to think like these guys, then it doesn't matter if the price is low. You only buy more when the price is low, because you made your analysis and you're very confident that a company will rise. If you buying stocks like a trader and you want to see momentum, all of the sudden you bought, I think this is a completely different strategy, and I don't think this channel will help you here. Okay guys, so I think that's it for today. Thank you very much and see you in the next one. Auf Wiedersehen.